Welcome back, Clash of Kings fans. It is DayDreaMz bringing you another Clash of Kings guide, and today I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a complete newbie guide in 10 minutes. I'm going to tell you everything I know about the game in 10 minutes. So let's get started. So the first thing when you start the game, you're going to notice the resource plots. So you've got 4 different resources. You got wood, food, iron, mithril. You unlock iron at level 10, you unlock mithril at level 15, but you get the food and wood at the start. You're going to need food, especially to train troops, wood as well. You're going to really need to focus on wood for building, so you're going to want to gather the food and wood. You can go here to gather resources and you can find wood, food, iron, and mithril here. So let's go into the next thing. You're going to need to know about the troops. So there are 8 troop types in this game. You've got the infantry, which are the swordsmen and the spearmen. There's 2 troop types in each building, so they each are do something differently. One is offensive, one is defensive. The swordsmen are offensive, the spearmen are defensive. Okay, now let's go to cavalry. In the cavalry, the knight is defensive and the cavalry archer is offensive. They also get a resource battle bonus. So when you're battling on resource tiles, you get a bonus there. Let's take a look at the archers. You've got the short bowman, the T10, and the crossbowman, the T9. The crossbowmen are offensive, the short bowmen are defensive. Now let's go ahead and get into the siege. You have the mangonel, or it's basically a catapult, and then you have a ram, which the siege tower is also a ram. So the ram is defensive, the catapults are offensive, and they're the strongest troop in the game, as you can see. So let's go ahead and take a look at science. You need to know about science. So you've got all these different sciences. The first one, resources, that makes you gather things faster. So you get bonuses when you're gathering on resource tiles and in your tiles in the castle. City development is basically your development. Like supply cart makes your troop load bigger, civil engineering makes you build faster, herbology makes you heal faster, medical facilities makes you have bigger hospital capacity, and hospital capacity is very important because that keeps your troops from dying. Once your hospitals are filled, which is the next thing we'll get into, we'll go ahead and get into the buildings next. Take a look at city defense. So this is just basically your traps and your walls. Military, this is very important. Horsemanship, all these ships make your troops attack better. This makes your defense better, your armor, and then the grit makes you heal. This makes your health better. Now legion gives you an extra march, and then leadership makes your march size bigger. Okay, and then equipment, this makes your equipment better and makes the accelerate workshop, that makes your workshop where you build materials, it makes it go faster. And then advanced military is just like the military, it just gives you faster training speed and more military buffs, so it's the same thing. And then medical treatment will come into the game soon. So let's get into the buildings now. We were just talking about making your march size bigger. The drill grounds is where you do that. When you upgrade your drill grounds, it makes your march size bigger. March size is very important because the bigger the march you have, the stronger your march will be. Okay, now we talked about hospital capacity. So hospitals are where your troops go when they're wounded. Like when you hit monsters, or when you attack a tile, or when someone attacks you, you get wounded troops. So anything over your hospital capacity dies. So you want to get your hospital capacity as high as possible, and you want to stay safe. Once you have more troops than your hospitals can hold, you're going to want to shield when you're offline, because then you could lose everything. Like right now, because I have my equipment off, I only have 188,000 hospital capacity. So out of 2 million troops, if I get hit, I would lose literally 1.8 million troops. My game would be over. You would not hear from me ever again. So make sure you're careful with your troops. You don't want to lose them. Let's take a look at the military tent. So the military tent is very, very important. Every time you upgrade it, it increases either your training volume or the total troops that you train. So it goes up with each level. One is training volume, the next is training speed. So it makes your training speed faster and the amount of troops that you're training bigger. So these are very important. You want to get those up as quick as possible. Those are actually, when I start the game, the military tents are the first thing that I get up, because then you don't have to log into your account as often to train troops, because the more troops that are training, the less often you have to log into it. Now let's go ahead and get into the other buildings. Wishing well. Wishing well, you can do wishes and get resources. So you get so many free a day depending on the level of your wishing well, but you can also use gold to wish as well. So I just used a few wishes to get resources. This right here is the fortress. This is where you build traps. Traps are defensive units that they kill enemy troops when they're attacking. They are not that strong. You do want to get them because they do give you more power and they help with defense, but I think they need a buff because they don't really do enough, damage. So let's go ahead and look at the next building, the depot. The depot is how many resources you hold. So each level that you get on the depot, you're going to hold more resources that the enemy cannot plunder. So this is a good thing, but it's not really that important on your main castle because you shouldn't be getting attacked. You shouldn't have to worry about the resources being stolen. If that's happening, you want to get in a better alliance anyway. The next thing is the blacksmith, very important. The blacksmith is where you forge equipment. So you will get equipment and it gives you buffs. These are very important. So the sword usually gives you attack buffs, the helmet attack, the armor attack, and the ring attack buffs. Then development buffs are the pants and the boots. But there are development buffs on all of these as well. So you want to get the best equipment that you can. I like to get development equipment when I start the game, and then as I transition into fighting, I get the war equipment. So I'll just show you some of the best development equipment that I know. My favorite are the heavy greaves pants, which are the level 20 pants right here. They got a double building speed buff, so you're going to be able to build faster. And the level 30 iron ring also has a double building speed buff. I think building speed is the most important thing when you're starting the game. I think it's going to get you further than any other buff. So I would focus on building speed. Then once you get your buildings upgraded to where you need them, then you can focus on your attack. And you can also use two different pieces of equipment because you only need the equipment on at the start of the function to get the buff. I hope that makes sense. So let's take a look at the next building, the market. The market just allows you to trade resources to your allies, and you're able to get resources given to you. So you guys can trade back and forth. If you need some wood and they need some food, you can make a trade. I'll give you wood, you give me food, and we can go from there. Now, embassy is very important, guys. Embassy is where this allows you to get reinforcements from your allies. So when you have an embassy, you can get reinforcements, and it's very important. That way you don't die when someone rallies you. If you have a big embassy, all your allies can fit in, and then you will win the battle. So let's take a look. You also have the Hall of the King in here. This is where you can get buffs when you own the kingdom, when you win the throne. We'll get into the throne in just a minute. Then the Hall of War. This is what makes you rally bigger. So when you upgrade your Hall of War, it makes your rallying size bigger. So you're going to be able to attack people with more power, more troops. This is very important. It costs a lot of war horns, which you can get in the store, and you can earn them as well. So you want to get those, and it will help you with your rally. It's going to make your rally size bigger. So let's take a look at the last building that we didn't cover yet. This is the place of dragon words. So this is where you get the dragon grapheme stone, and you can upgrade your grapheme stone, and then you get buffs like farming buff. It gives you like total resource income and food gathering speed, and then you can go all the way down here to the assault buff, which is 7% attack, 7% defense. These are hugely important, so you want to get as many grapheme stones going as you can. Make sure you sign into your game every week or every day. Make sure you sign into your game, and then you can get weekly and monthly packs here at the daily sign in too. And I recommend the most valuable pack in the game, in my opinion. If you don't spend much money, try to get the $24.99. That's in US dollars for the monthly gift pack. It gives you 1,000 gold every day, so you're going to be able to keep shielded under 24-hour shields at all times. It's going to keep you very, very safe. This is the most conservative way to go if you don't spend much money. Then, of course, they have the rare items, which I would recommend the daily prestige badges. You get 100 a day. $5 for 7 days. This is a huge pack, and if you're just starting out in a kingdom and you get this $5 a week, you're gonna have the badges to go prestige 5 once you finally get to level 30. So that's hugely important as well. Let's go ahead and take a look here. This is where you can unlock lucky chests. It's the wheel, the lucky wheel, and basically you want to save up. It takes 260 dragon coins to unlock all 9 chests. So you don't want to play this game unless you got 260 dragon coins. Once you get 260 dragon coins, you can unlock that last chest and get the 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 gold, or teleports, or whatever other good things you can get there. Okay, we're getting short on our time, but let's take a look at the workshop. So here's the workshop, and this is where you make materials to make your equipment with. So these are very important. You want to make your materials. Each one has a different thing. Like the horn is for archers, the amber is for cavalry, the maple is for building, the crystal is for science speed up. Okay, each one has a different one. You can go check those out, and you'll be able to see what each one does. Now let's take a look at Dragonglass. Dragonglass is like the equipment. It gives you buffs. Like the level 1 gives you gathering speed buffs. Like right now I'm focused on mithril gathering, so I've got the mithril gathering speed up. Now I actually need iron now, so I'm going to go there and see if I can get an iron. You can synthesize it twice a day for free, or you can purify it. So I'm going to do the free purification twice. Okay, free purify. If I don't get the iron, then okay, then I'm not going to take it. So you can purify it. Level 5 is for training speed, and then level 25 is for attack. Level 10 is for healing, and level 15 is for rally size and reinforcement boost. So that's your Dragonglass. You're going to want to do that. Also, you can pick up your gifts here. They give you gifts every like 5 to 10 minutes, so make sure you're going to your daily trading and picking these up. You can go and get the goods every 10 to 15 minutes. So if you want to know about the events, come here to the event center, and you can check the event center, and you can get a lot of rewards from these events. So you want to pay attention to what's coming out in the event center. So make sure you pay attention to the event center. They have really good events here on Clash of Kings. If you don't spend much money, you can get so many items from these events. So make sure you focus on becoming an event master. And if you want to become an event master, come check out my channel. I have a YouTube channel as well called DayDreaMz MMORTS. I have almost 200 videos on there, every guide you could ever ask for, and you can learn how to win all of these events and how to be a master of Clash of Kings. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Clash of Kings, for having me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.